Good everybody, my name is Paul and I welcome you all to my tutorial channel. So it's been a while since I dropped um, a tutorial video. So it is due to some reasons um, best known to myself. So today, without wasting our time, we'll be moving we'll be talking about another aspect of uh, our expositions or our courses, so which is the Pentateuch with emphasis on Genesis. So, and if you have been following me, you are going to see that I have dropped some videos. I've dropped some lessons on that, like the introduction of it. So just check my uploaded videos. You are going to see them there. So Pentateuch with emphasis on Genesis. So therefore, then I have actually explained, taking us through the general introduction to Pentateuch. So whereby we talk about the meaning of Pentateuch, which simply means five scrolls. So and to put, we can call it, you know, the first five books of the Old Testament. So we also check into the content of Pentateuch, the themes of Pentateuch, where we talk about the theme of election, theme of covenant, theme of law and redemption. So we have been able to to explain that to us. So likewise, we also talk about the authorship of the debate. There is this kind of debate or criticism on the mosaic authorship of the Pentateuch. So whereby we're able to look at various documents and proposition. One of it is JDP, the JDP hypothesis or documentary hypothesis. We also talk about some other documentary hypotheses like supplementary hypotheses and supplementary hypotheses and another hypothesis, whereby so all these things which is the fragmentary, yes, the fragmentary. So all these hypotheses are used to actually explain the various sources or the authorship of the book Pentateuch. So we could not even you know finalize on the fact that we cannot conclude on Moses being the only author of the Pentateuch. But at the end of it, so according to traditional view, so now it is believed that Moses actually wrote the whole book of the Pentateuch. So that if you get to check my videos, you are going to get to see them there. So from there, we also move to the first book of the Pentateuch, whereby we talk about Genesis, talk about the title of the book, the background, even the dates, literary and features, themes, and to the global message of Genesis. So, um, on the part of the background, that was where we actually explain. We get to actually examine some of the existing materials, documents prior the formation of the Old Testament, like Epic, Gilgamesh Epic, Atrasis Epic, and so on and so forth. And some of these epics, they actually had they have the creation story creation story motive and the flood story motive. So that was that about that and a lot more like that. So without wasting our time, so I did that actually to to quickly remind us of what we have done before. So without wasting our time, today we are going to talk about the next book. We are moving to the next book of the Pentateuch, which is the book of Exodus. The book of Exodus. So and the book of Exodus has been the second you know, has been the second book of the Pentateuch. So, what are the contents, the things you are going to talk about under the book of Exodus? So, we have the title, we're going to talk about the title, the authorship, and the outlines of the what are the outlines, the content, the outlines of the Bible or of the book itself. So we also talk about Exodus dates and the root of um the root of their exit, or you know the route they followed rather. So we also have the themes, theologies, and today the global message of Genesis, of Exodus. So now let's quickly talk about the introduction of the book. According to the King James versions, again the King James version of the Bible, I'm going to explain this introduction. So um a general introduction of the book is that we start with the name of the book itself, which is Exodus. So which means departure. It means departure. So and refers to the most it refers to the most important events in history, in Israelite history. So without the book of Exodus, so this is here. So getting to know the history of Israelites will be so difficult. So the book of Exodus is very, very important for us. So and their experience, their history is being described in this particular book. So and the book of Exodus actually exposes us to how the Israelites were being enslaved in Egypt, and how they were being actually delivered to by through Moses. So we have things like freeing of the Hebrew from slavery. We have their journey to Mount Sinai. So we have God's covenant with his people at Mount Sinai. So which and he gave them gave them this moral, civic, and civil and religious law which they are going to live by. So we also have in the book itself too. We also have the building and furnishing of a place of worship for Israel, and laws regarding the priest and the worship of God. So the book of Exodus is very, very important, very, very important to the Bible to understand, to have meaning, to have a very, to have a deep, to have a deep, what's it called? To have a deep understanding of the Bible. So that is a quick introduction of the book. So in the next video, we will now begin to, I'll be talking about the title of the book, the title of the book. And mind you, the book of Exodus, the most important part of the book of Exodus is chapter 21 to 17, which is the 10 commandments. When you talk about 10 commandments, go back to Exodus. And that is found in chapter 20 from 1 to 17. So in the next video, I'll be talking about the title of the book, the etymology of the title of the book. So stay tuned. Thank you.